Thank you everyone for coming today to hear my presentation. And in the audience we have Kelly, Sarah, Betty, Albert, Mindy, and Alyssa. Okay, I want you guys to imagine that you're walking into a room getting ready to give the speech, except your hands are shaking, your palms are sweating, you have nervous tics throughout your body that you just can't control, you have endless thoughts going through your minds like, oh my gosh, what if I stumble over my words, or I'm going to trip up the stairs, or my speech isn't long enough. And the only thing you can do is turn around, run out of the room, down the hallway that seems about 3 miles long, out the front door with only one thought in your head: I want my mom. Those are common thoughts that many people experience while giving a speech. And in order to be successful and deliver a speech without experiencing any nerves, it is important to understand the causes of speech anxiety and how to manage the symptoms. So what we're going to talk about today is what it is and what causes it, and before the end of the night you will have strategies that you can take with you so you won't be known as the person who couldn't even walk up to the podium. Now, what exactly is speech anxiety? Speech anxiety is known as the universal fear of actually giving a speech or the anticipation of having to give a speech. And according to a study by Paul Witt in an academic journal called Somatic Anxiety Patterns Before, During, and After Giving a Public speaking anxieties results in increased heart rate, trembling, and palm sweating. And additionally, according to a study stated in a Pocket Guide to Public Speaking, at least 75% of students who take a public speaking course approach the course with anxiety. Oh, is anyone like that? Now, what I found really interesting is that experienced speakers still experience nervousness, but what is different for them is that they make the anxiety work for them, not against them, during the speech. Now, you may be wondering why we experience it. Why must we suffer from it? Why do we have to go through this? And there are two main categories that cause anxiety, and I'm going to break them down for you. And the first one is that many people lack positive experience. Whether they have no public speaking experience or they have and it just hasn't gone well, they have nothing to fall back onto. So when they're in front of people, they get anxiety and they don't know how to control it. And what they most likely they will do is they'll just avoid public speaking in general, but what they don't realize is they're not getting to reap the benefits of feeling accomplished or feeling successful or feeling good about themselves. The second one and the last one, which is the one that most people experience, is they feel like they're the center of attention standing in front of people. They think that the speech is all about me, and they don't think that people would be interested in what they're talking about, so their heart rate increases and they get anxious and they get nervous. Now, believe it or not, there are actually 4 types of anxiety, and the first one is the pre-preparation anxiety, and that's the anxiety that you feel when you know you have to give the speech, whether it's assigned or you signed up to give the speech, you start to feel nervous and anxious. The second one is the preparation anxiety, and that's what you get when you actually start to prepare the speech. You know, you think, oh my gosh, I'm not going to have enough time to complete it, or I'm not going to be prepared, and you start to feel overwhelmed or stressed. The third one is the pre-performance anxiety, and that's when you get ready to, when you start to rehearse it, you start to get anxious, and all of a sudden it seems like reality sets in, and public speaking doesn't seem too pleasant anymore. And the last one is the performance anxiety, which is the one that most people experience. And that's the anxiety you get right before you open your mouth up on stage. Now, I want you to take a minute and decide what anxiety you would feel if you were giving a speech or preparing a speech or getting ready to give a speech. Now, in order to diminish those thoughts or anxious feelings, there's 6 strategies, and they're really simple. Anyone can do them, and it'll help you conquer your fear. And the first one is known as practice, practice, practice. You want to start preparing your speech the minute that it's assigned. Don't wait until the last minute, because you'll get anxious thinking, oh my gosh, I'm not going to have enough time to prepare it. And the more you feel prepared about your material, the smoother the speech will go. And according to a study conducted by 2 researchers, Menzel and Carl, students who practiced their speech before an audience showed higher attitudes, less anxiety, and had a greater ease at giving the speech. So you want to remember to rehearse it, and rehearse it, and rehearse it. The second one is to start to adjust your thoughts and perspectives about the speech, because Negative thoughts can contribute to increased heart rate and tense feelings. You want to start thinking about the speech as a positive experience. You know, if you think about the reactions you'll get from the audience as being positive, your heart rate will reduce and you'll feel less tense. The third one, is to visualize success, not the audience in their underwear. This is the most highly effective way to reduce anxiety. A few minutes before the speech, close your eyes and visualize the speech. If you visualize it going well, the speech will go well and you won't feel anxiety. The fourth one is to use a breath controlling method, and this is really simple. And you want to start doing it a few days before you give the speech so you get into a nice rhythm. So a few minutes before the actual speech, you can just fall right back into that rhythm of the breathing exercise. And you just want to inhale and exhale really slowly, but you want to attach a soothing word to it, whether it's calm or peaceful, so you get that mindset of feeling calm in front of the audience. The next one is you want to remember that you're not playing the statue game up in front of the audience. Move around as you talk, because the more movement you feel in your chest, the less tension you'll feel. You know, if you're standing up in front of the audience like this and your paper's shaking, it's not going to help you. Another thing is it keeps the audience's attention, and it will help you emphasize your main points. The last one is to learn from each experience. You know, we learn the most from evaluation of others or the audience's feedback, so take that with you when you're giving the next speech. So, with these simple approaches, public speaking doesn't have to be the most traumatic experience of your life. It's not that bad. The strategies are simple, and it'll help you. Anxiety is a common fear, but it can be easily overcome by sticking to the strategies, and you'll be able to fight off the nerves and show the speech who is boss. Now, I want you to imagine you're walking into that room again, going up to the podium full force, getting ready to give the speech, except this time, your knees aren't trembling, your hands are as dry as a clean pair of jeans, you're not wanting to run out of the room and that 3-mile hallway doesn't sound appealing anymore, and you smile down at your mom who's sitting in the front row. Remember to manage your anxiety, don't let it manage you. Thank you.
Very good job.